evening arrived and they stopped at a roadside campground in Nevada to camp out. They walked around the campground, had a deep conversation about the Earth's possible imminent demise, along with more of uplifting topics. They had a wonderful evening. In a parallel narrative to this story, the denizens of the underground are meeting that evening at the top of the Space Needle in Seattle. The denizens are also privy to the fact that there is an asteroid on its way to Earth and will strike the Earth in 7 years. In their telepathic communications, they agree that they want to find some of the most beautiful women on Earth and mate with them to fulfill this. They shall first murder the husbands and boyfriends of any of these women that have them, and subsequently pursue these women. They've decided to start with Seattle. There's a man named Ned Henderson who works as an interior design consultant at a company in downtown Seattle called Modern Homes. He has a beautiful wife named Bernice that they would like to mate with and bring to a newly discovered planet in the Andromeda Galaxy. Ned is sitting at his desk the next morning working on new designs. As he is staring blankly at his computer screen and trying to get inspired, the door to his office opens and it's of its own volition. A large, levitating knife is moving toward him. The door to his office slams shut, and then the blade of the knife is thrusting back and forth a few centimeters from his face. It is the denizens. They have telekinetically sent this knife to do their bidding. They have imbued this knife with an alien sentience and the powers of propagation as this knife is thrusting back and forth in front of his face. Ned imagines his whole life passing before his eyes. In one moment, he can envision every moment of life, the good and the bad, juxtaposed in one moment. Thanks for joining me. I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is another reality. Suddenly, the knife starts stabbing into. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hi. His left eye, carving it out of its eye socket and leaving it dangling from its optic nerve like a Christmas ornament. This compromised position of his left eye affords him an unusual perspective from which to view objects. His right eye, which is still in its socket, is observing the blood that is spurting out of his left eye socket. He gets up from his desk and gets bewildered stares in the hallway from some of the employees there. He drops to the floor, screaming in agony. Good morning, people. Oh, thanks for joining. We got Presley. This is my. Oh, thanks. Okay. And fighting for his life. Meanwhile, on that beautiful morning, Mike and Winona are walking along the ocean in San Francisco. Mike looks into Winona's loving eyes with the most heartfelt of human passion and love in his eyes as he leans in to kiss her. Thanks for the thumbs up. Oh, hi, we got Presley, Abdi, and Aiden. Okay. Let's see. Let's just walk along the ocean and enjoy the morning. Sure. Mike and Winona continue to walk along the ocean. They had a wonderful morning. Meanwhile, back at Ned's office, Ned manages to get up off the floor. His left eyeball is still dangling by its optic nerve from his left eye socket, giving him a unique visual perspective, not unlike a shifting camera in a movie. It's almost kind of like if he's like perpetually watching The Evil Dead 2 with that shifting camera. Okay. With his right eye, he looks out the office window in contemplation of his brutal morning. He sees one of the denizens helping a beautiful woman into, thanks for the thumbs up, a green Corvette. Doesn't that sound beautiful, a green Corvette from like the 70s? Oh, I wish I had that. Upon closer inspection, he sees that it is his wife, Bernice, that he's helping into his car. He has apparently seduced her. Rapidly drive off into the morning. Ned runs out of the office with his left eyeball flopping all over the place to try to catch them. When he gets there, they're gone. He's so distraught, he decides to stop at a coffee shop to ponder the situation. He walks into Penelope's diner, sits down at the table. In a booth across from him, he sees Mike and Winona talking and smooching. He looks at Mike to speak to him. Excuse me. Oh, hey, Cyclops. Don't call him Cyclops. The poor guy has his left eye pulled out of its sock and it's dangling all over the place like a Christmas ornament. Oh yeah, I wrote this, Presley. I mean, not only did I write this, but you wouldn't believe how much stuff I wrote. Okay, anyways. Well, yeah. Christmas is several months away. They took my wife. Who took your wife? Those hideous gray creatures? Do they have protruding eyes and dress in black robes? Yeah. It's the denizens of the underground. All of a sudden, a levitating knife propagates into the coffee shop through the front door. It then proceeds to viciously stab Ned in the back. Blood starts spurting all out of him profusely like a volcanic eruption. The situation is so traumatic for Ned, he starts laughing hysterically. It's a human defense mechanism. They all look out the window and see the denizens with Ned's wife. There's a sidewalk a few feet away from the coffee shop, front window. They both look at Ned and start laughing. I'm gonna fucking kill them. Mike and Winona wrap some gauze around Ned's back to stop the bleeding. Ned runs out of the coffee shop in an attempt to catch the denizens and his wife. They're long gone. After a minute or so, to his Ned. So to his Ned. These denizens must be after Ned's wife. Yeah. When I look deep into your eyes, I am suddenly transported to realms of unmitigated pleasure so profound that they transcend any physical pleasures that can be had on earth. These pleasures are further heightened by the discovery of absolute truth and the fulfillment of our destiny to be together eternally. Let's take a walk around town and enjoy the rest of the morning and the afternoon. Sure. Mike and Winona walked around town for the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. They had a wonderful afternoon. The next morning, they decided to go to Penelope's diner for breakfast. Again. They got a table by the front window. Before they place their orders, something gruesome happens on the sidewalk in front of the Penelope's diner that attracts their attention. It is Ned. He is being attacked by levitating knives coming at him in every direction. He is desperately jumping around trying to avoid being sliced up by the knives that have been telekinetically sent by the underground denizens to do their bidding. Both of his eyes have been removed from their sockets, and would be flailing around wildly by their optic nerves if Ned didn't have them held up in his hands so he could see. Some of the knives made contact with his skin and gouged away at his flesh like there was no tomorrow, and some missed. He seemed to be in an awful lot of physical pain, but was curiously not dead yet. He seemed to have some kind of superhuman power over death. It seems as though he must be biologically superhuman. Mike and Winona continued to watch him get viciously assaulted by knives and run away. Wow, yeah, that was something. They ate their breakfast and went out to take a walk. It was a beautiful morning. Your beauty transcends any possible earthly beauty. Your physical beauty is made more beautiful by a transcendent soul that illuminates it from within. To be with you is to have my soul transported to the realms of love where the only feelings are of love. Let's take a walk around town, enjoy the afternoon, and enjoy the morning. Sure, Mike and Winona took a walk around town. They had a wonderful morning. The next morning arrived, and Mike and Winona went to Penelope's diner for breakfast. They got their usual booth by the window. Before Penelope arrives at the booth to take their orders, something grabs Winona's attention. This is Ned. His eyes are inexplicably back in their sockets. And he is on the sidewalk on the opposite side of the street, gesticulating to them. Look, it's Ned. His eyes are back in their sockets. That's quite baffling. Just yesterday, his eyeballs were dangling by their optic nerves, like Christmas tree ornaments. Yeah, he no longer has to hold his eyes and his hands to view peripheral objects. Do you want to go talk to him? Sure. Mike and Winona go across the street and right up to Ned to talk to him. Hey, Ned. It's nice to see you with your re-socketed eyes. Yeah, that was freaky. Here's the weird thing, Mike. I've got this new physical condition now. Since my eyes have been carved out by the aliens, and then, they were distended, or they were pulled out by the aliens, and then I'm gonna have to get this in my notebook, but for now it's just an idea I had after I wrote this morning. I came up with like another augmentation, if you will, to this idea. So after my eyeballs were pulled out of their sockets, carved out by aliens, dangling from their optic nerves like Christmas tree ornaments. They just kind of like magically got sucked back into the sockets. And what I noticed is that I've got this new like physical condition, and it's kind of like it's probably in some ways both physical and psychosomatic. But when I experience different emotions, whether they're excitement, passion, arousal, like sexual arousal, any type of like sensation, or grief, despair, joy, hope, any type of human emotion I might have, the eyes, like if I see something I'm like really excited by, like let's say I see something I haven't seen for a long time, or if I see something like a bizarre kind of like once in a lifetime occurrence happening in the streets, like something like really transcendent or something like that, my eyes will actually pop out of their sockets and like they'll pop right out of there, and but they extend by their optic nerves. And so it's kind of like a new physical condition that I have. Like the eyes actually, they start protruding. Or sexual arousal, that's another thing. Like the eyes will protrude and they'll start spinning in circles and like kind of go back and forth. So so like based on like the emotions I have, whether it's excitement or arousal or like curiosity, agony, whatever the emotion is, the eyeballs will actually have a kind of like a physiological response to that. Okay, so anyways, you seem to be gesticulating to us from out here. What did you want? I need your help. Sure, Ned. You name it. As long as it's a clean operation. The denizens have Bernice. The denizens have Bernice? Yeah. That's awful, Ned. They probably want to mate with her. Mate with her? Those hideous bastards want to mate with my beautiful Bernice and beget some disgusting evil spawn? It looks that way, Ned. Bernice may be the proud mother of a hideous baby who shall grow up to terrorize the world. I hope he succeeds in fighting with the denizens. So do I. I live for these moments. These moments when I'm alone with you, looking in your eyes, gives me a feeling of union of my soul with yours as we explore undiscovered places of knowledge and beauty. In other realms. It's also the feeling I get. It's the ultimate state of being. I feel in touch with the ever-present and eternal. I feel eternal joy and optimism. Would you like to take a walk? Sure, Mike and Winona took a walk that morning and enjoyed the rest of the day. Thanks for joining me. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have one more presentation for this morning. It's my sequel to Reality Bites. I hope you join me in a few minutes.